what the Lord has done? Can you see what the Lord has done? What we waited for has come to pass.
Well, like I always say, love is a beautiful thing. Hey, hey, this is how we met Sunday. We are still here with Geoffrey and Esther. And just like you heard, this is a match made from heaven. There is always an answer to someone who goes in the presence of the Lord for prayer. Wow, this is a match made by God himself. Now I will pick it up from you, Geoffrey.
Yes.
Like how anyway, you said that you're a believer and you're so prayerful. How easy was it for you in all that season to be willing to fast? There is a time I hosted here a couple, and then the gentleman told me it wasn't easy for me to fast, but here you are, you are even able, you are even willing to push for 40 days. Did you do the 40 days fasting? You did.
Yes.
How easy was it for you? Is it because you really loved Esther, or you were doing it for God?
Really, for starters, I didn't know that I would make it for 40 days. Because what she didn't say is that the last days we did Esther fasting. And Esther fasting, you take 3 days without eating, just taking maybe liquid. Yeah. So the last 3 days, we didn't eat anything. Esther fast. Yeah. So I don't think really I did it for Esther. I did it for my God because I wanted answers from him. Yeah. I wanted to know, is the thing I'm entering, is it the right thing? Or because we know very well that marriage, it's a lifetime. You don't go there, then you're like, maybe, then you see something, then you go out of it. So I wanted a confirmation from God to know that it is the right marriage and the right partner I'm getting to. Yeah.
Okay. So before Esther, are there any other girls that maybe you were in a relationship with, or you were just Geoffrey serving the Lord? That is it. Before Esther,
yes.
Were there any other relationships that you were in?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
then now when you get Esther, how did you deal with the other ones?
Of course, the other ones had left. Yes, the relationship had come to a closure. So I was starting something new. Yeah, after a long period of time.
I get it.
Yeah, I gave myself a break after those girls. Then I started a new page.
Okay, so now at what point do you actually tell Esther that, Esther, you know what? You are the one I'm looking at. Will you be my wife?
Yes. She has told you about Ibamba restaurant at Immuseum. That is where I took her, and then we discussed, we talked about it. I told her my intentions, and I was very straight because our questions were very tough. She was this lady who was straight up. She tells you what is the intention of this relationship. You know?
Wow, yeah,
yes.
she said.
Because, most of the times, us guys, we want to waste a lot of time. Yeah, we don't want to go direct to the point. Yeah, we keep on meandering about, you're telling a girl, you're not straight, you're not telling her, what is the end point of this relationship. So I told her, because I was very ready for marriage. Yeah, I was very ready. I told her, and she accepted. Yeah. And I didn't accept, I didn't believe that she would give me a short period of time to give me the answer.
Yeah, so you expected that, let's do 3 months,
yes.
so what?
Let's
okay.
wait for a long period of time, but the way it was very short, and she came back with the answer, and she told me. Then we started on
Okay.
arranging for the marriage
Wow.
immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that is really, really interesting. So, how did you do that whole thing of proposals, and did you do one knee down like we see now, or you did it in your own way? We need, you know, how we met. We love every bit of a detail. Yes.
Yes, so like she said, I have friends, the Mampamano brothers. We always meet as brothers and continue to share our lives. It's like a fellowship of boys. So I told these guys, they arranged something like a proposal. So we went somewhere. I knelt down. Yeah, I had to hand over that ring to her and requested her a hand in marriage. Yes, and it was really very interesting. But before the proposal, I invited her at our place, our home. I called my brother, I called my mother, I called the dad, and told them that, you know what, I'm bringing someone.
Oh.
Yes. So they prepared for her. She came alone. I don't know whether she was not threatened by the, you know, seeing parents coming in a home for the first time, and they're just, you know, like welcoming you into that home. So that is the first thing I did, to tell my parents that, you know what, this is the person, and I want her for life. So that is what happened. Then after, then we went for the proposal. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you were very much sure.
Yes.
There was no anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
now-
also for accountability. Yeah, I wanted my parents to
Definitely.
be accountable. That for any case, like, there is no anyone else. This is the person.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Now, your story is getting hotter and hotter and more beautiful. Now, here you are, Esther, and then you're being proposed to and everything. How was that experience as a girl? How are you feeling? Let the girl out there watching this get to know how it felt.
Well, the proposal, it was it feels good to be proposed to. It's a nice feeling, and I think every girl should get through it. Though mine came at a time that was really busy for me. I actually almost turned him down because of work. I remember he decided to propose on his birthday, and yet on his birthday I was supposed to travel up country to go and do work. And me, I had other plans now for his birthday. So his friends called me, the boys called me, they're like, Esther, you have to be here. If you're not here, you're going to bring problems, you're going to do what? I'm like, but you people, why at this time can't you people push? No, it's his birthday, you must come. I'm like, no, I'll celebrate his birthday when I'm back. They're like, no, please come, please come. So I tell my friends, we had even set off. So I tell them, you know what, people, let me first run and go to this place and see these guys. Then I jump on a bike and find you. So I jumped on a bike, I went to the place where they were. The lights were all off. There was a dog, I feared dogs, so some lady held my hand and took me around, and then I entered. So when I entered, they switched on the lights. I'm like, then they brought me outside where I was kneeling. I'm like, you man, why are you kneeling? Stand up, don't make me shy. Yeah, so I made him stand up. Before he stood up, he proposed. Of course, I felt shy, but I tried being dry, you know. Yes, so he proposed, and I remember I didn't take a lot of time there because remember I had a journey. So after the proposal and cutting cake and everything, I asked them to excuse me, and then I had to jump on a border. I actually phoned my friends in Chisasi. I had to jump on a border, and they told me, what, we are at the fuel station waiting for you, madam, hurry. So I jumped on a border with my new ring on my fingers, and so that was it. If it had more time, I think it would have been more enjoyable. But because I had to run for duty had called, and Yeah, but it's a nice feeling. It's a
Okay.
good thing.
Mm. So now, here you are. You came with no ring on the finger, and then you're walking around with a ring. But maybe were you in any relationship before?
Yes, before I was.
Mm.
I was in. Actually, I had about two relationships.
Okay.
that
So
didn't
how did
work
you
out.
deal with all that?
Well, most of those relationships had their own expectations and demands that at some point I think I couldn't meet.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. So you came this side when you had cleared everything.
Yeah,
and-
everything was done.
Wow. So after the proposal, I'm thinking you start the parties, preparing for your wedding and maybe the traditional parties. How was that, especially preparing for your wedding? Planning, looking for gowns and all that.
Actually, I think even before, after the proposal, went on with work. Proposal was in July. So in July, is it when you visited home in July?
No, around November.
So around November, he came home for Kuchala. And things happened. So he was asked when he was coming back for the introduction. And because duty had called us, I was working while studying. So on the 14th December, I graduated on 13th December. 14th December was my birthday. Then 15th December was the introduction.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a whole week of
It was
things.
a whole week of functions and celebrations and everything, but I think all those were skipped and attention was given to the introduction. Yes. So I had a support system of my matron, who is a reverend, Reverend Esther Bwire. She helped me with my elder sister to look out for the gomeses and everything. So I didn't feel the load. Yes, my siblings and family helped me with organizing the functions and everything. So I didn't feel the load. And then after, we went for camp. So this was another year now for camp, because we always have our camps in December, from the 26th to 1st of January. So we went for camp, and this time round, I think he had some weak points in his leadership. And my friend, I ended up suffering because he would not get to those people that have not done things, but he would rather come to me and tell me, make sure this is done. And I'm like, but this is not my docket. I'm on this side. Like, no, make sure everything is done. Actually, by the time that camp ended, I even fell sick, and I was like, you know what, Gigi? I don't think I can work in the same environment with you. I mean, I can't work in the same place of work with you, because if people fail to do the other work, you end up pushing everything to me. So after that, after camp, of course the meetings were running, the wedding meetings were running, and when we came back from camp, the meeting still ran up to, I think because our wedding was on 19th of January 2019. So still with the support system that I had, they helped me look out for. I was not that much complicated bride, you know. Simple things, simple, and let life move on. And I think my matron was like, ugonja kolanga now. Because I made life simple. I'll tell her, you know what? Just choose anything that won't give you trouble. What is comfortable with you, we just move and get on. Yeah, so that is how things were, and the wedding was a beautiful one.
Wow, I love it, but I'll get back to you maybe on that. I'll pick it up from you. I don't know whether it's the same on your side, but I hear gentlemen are the ones supposed to finance the wedding, maybe the gowns and everything. Was it the same on your side?
The gowns and everything.
Yeah, like they're supposed to finance the wedding, and all that, cater the transportation, the bride's outfits, and all that. Was it the same for you? For you?
Yeah, but also I had a support system. Like church, I had church, which helped me in other things, especially for the wedding. Yes.
Okay.
But for bringing the parents of Esther, you know, the gown, it was supposed to be on me. Yes.
Okay. So how was that experience?
Of course, it was a tough one because, you know, you're getting into something which is really new. You didn't even have a budget for it.
I know.
Yeah, so it was really tough. But I really thank God that He provided and I was able really to finance everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So now out there are people who are saying, me, I cannot go into weddings and all that because I don't have money, or I don't have this, I don't have the other. What's your advice to them?
I don't know, but I think one of the things some people miss out is to create a network. Yeah. They say your network is your what? Your net worth. Yeah, I'd created, because I was in ministry, I was doing ministry for over a decade. So I'd created friends, I was around people, a support system which would really help me. So a wedding is possible. I know young people, you know, have that excuse that, you know, where will I get the money, and you know how to finance and everything, but it is really possible. If you did ministry, if you've been into ministry, it is really very easy for you to be able to finance everything.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So I would advise them that let them not fear. It is possible. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Geoffrey. And I'll pick it up from you, Esther. What's your advice to the young lady out there who doesn't know how to do this, like, marriage, I don't understand. Where do I even begin from? Weddings, they really don't know what to do. What's your advice to them?
Well, about marriage and weddings, maybe one thing I can advise my fellow women or young girls out there to do is always try to equip yourself. Surround yourself with important people. I had elderly women that were around me, and some people actually look at me and ask, why did you even end up taking on a reverend to be your matron? It's because she had put her feet before me into the space of marriage, and I believe she's okay. She even spoke to us, and I believe at some point that if at all I got any issue, if she sat down my husband to talk to him, he would listen. She's not someone that, with the authority even God has put upon her life, she's not someone he can despise. You get. And then the other thing is to always look out for people that you can easily speak to about anything. I'll give you an example of the canon that wedded us in church and took us through counseling. I can call him at any time. He can call us at any time. That is Reverend Canon Reverend Justice Miwanda. He can check on you at any time of the day or night. You get so, and you can tell him to the depths of your marriage. It's not that he's just a reverend that has wedded you and things have ended at that. No, he will even come home and check on you. How are the babies? How are you faring? Wow. How is your life moving on? And he's that kind of person that actually calls for I think, should I call them refreshers? He calls for refreshers every year for all the couples that he has wedded. You get. So every year in June, he gets to call all of us, and he brings different speakers to speak into our lives and refresh our lives, because a whole year of having yourselves, you need to be refreshed and reminded of what to do right and patch up things. So I advise young girls to not to look at the elderly people or the elderly women as obstacles because of the change or the difference in the age group and generations. No, whatever we are going to see is what they've seen. So I advise them to identify such women that they can speak to and let them have some space in their lives such that they can move on. And then about weddings, I think apparently girls have taken weddings to another level. They have very many different expectations, huge expectations, and that has put even the men at a hold. Because a girl will tell you, this is what I expect, this is what I expect, and if the man doesn't have that, I don't think it's comfortable for a couple to start their journey of marriage with dates. I want to thank God that when we began our wedding, we didn't have much dates apart from a car that had got spoiled. And if it hadn't got spoiled, we wouldn't have any dates. Yes, so I would love it if you worked within your means, have something that will give glory to God and start your marriage on a clean slate, on a slate that is not stressful. Because you're starting a journey where you're going to discover one another, and if you have those other challenges of dates and what they will bring other issues, and you feel like, is this really right? Is this a decision I made? You know. So it's also a point to look at, work within your means such that you don't stress one another.
Wow, thank you very much, Esther, and thank you, Geoffrey. I know the viewer would love to see a little bit of your memory lane, and then we'll come with parting shots and we close. But you have done us so well. Everything about your story is beautiful. Let's take a look at their memory lane. The show returns in a bit. Please don't change that station. Love, that is love. Yeah, you can also be here one day, one time. Just plan and prepare it. Well, back to you. Our show has really been blessed by you being a great couple, and I love our story and I love everything. The praying bit. Oh my God. Thank you. May the Lord bless you for that. Thank you for allowing to come and share with the world the story that the Lord has gifted you with. And I know the viewer out there is really, really blessed by your story. And I'll pick it up from you to give us your parting shots, and then we'll close.
Yeah, my parting shots are that, especially people who are married, is that please, like the word in the Bible, Ephesians 4:2, talks about forbearance. So we need to continue to understand our spouses, even though they have faulted us, even if they have done something wrong to us. We need to learn to forgive. Like our Father has forgiven us, we need to forgive them. Because there is no any way you are going to continue in that marriage if you're not forgiving. We need to continue to forgive. If it means every day forgive your spouse, please do it. Because the more you don't forgive, the more you bring that relationship to, you give a way to come into your relationship, then it really disorganizes you. So forgive and forgive and forgive.
Wow. Thank you very much, Esther.
Well, one thing I would about 2 or 3 things that I would leave with the viewers. One is, let Christ be at the center of it all. Love is unconditional. Have the right people around you. And then do not take a long time being angry with someone that you love. This is the person you're going to be with for the rest of your time. So just maximize every time you have and just create nice memories and laughters together. Yes.
Wow, thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure to have you on this show, How We Met Show. We are looking forward to hosting you again, because I mean, Dear viewer, thank you very much for loving How We Met, and thank you very much for loving me, the world's favorite host, and thank you very much for supporting us. Please don't forget that December season is coming up. Come and advertise your business with us. The Lord bless you and keep you. Of course, because before we close the show, I'll be leaving you with, before you say I do tips, today we are here with AK Fashion, so we'll be giving you tips on how to get fashionable suits for the gents. Please watch that. And thank you very much for loving Church of Uganda Family TV. Thank you for loving me, your world's favorite host. I will see you again next Sunday, same time, same place. I love you from the deepest part of my heart. God bless you. Don't forget to advertise your businesses with us. I love you. Bye.
Hello, our dear viewers of Church of Uganda Family TV, and especially the How We Met program. My kind name is Kevin Ainomcha, branding as AK Fashion House, Uganda. I'm so glad and honored to be here to share with you certain tips that you may consider as a bridegroom when it is your day to wed. To begin with, when we are considering what is the best suit that you could put on for your wedding, we consider certain factors, and most importantly, what is your personal taste, and then what is the nature of the occasion or the way or the party that you're going to. First of all, if at all maybe it is a wedding, there's some colors that we usually give priority to, but also, as I said, let's remember that I said that personal taste is also important. If it is a wedding, we traditionally, we have always been embracing the white color, because the white color in its element symbolizes purity, innocence, perfection. So when you're putting on the white color, you are actually dressing in to show that that is what you are beginning your marriage with. Traditionally, what we no longer consider of late is that traditionally they used to consider that the the off-white or the cream represented things that were different. Say, when someone put on a cream, it would show that they are already having children before they actually are entering this new marriage. But nowadays, we have actually tried to redeem that, and apparently it's no longer a matter to consider. Nowadays, you can put on the white color or the cream, regardless of what they actually represent. Then, of course, as we all know, that the groom's team, you're not supposed to overshadow the groom, but instead you're supposed to complement them. So if now your groom is putting on white, that means that you, as the entourage, you're supposed to put on a color that will complement the white. And since time immemorial, we have always been considering black as one of the colors that actually complement the white. But then sometimes nowadays we get other colors, or even we play around with the shades of white that can help us complement our groom. Then something else, dear Ugandans and our dear viewers of Church of Uganda Family TV, How We Met program, I want to tell us about something. It is something that that is no longer fashionable to say that maybe I have gotten my wedding outfits from abroad. I've shipped them in. Nowadays, we make good work as Ugandans. We make very nice suits that even the people that you go to actually get your wedding suits from outside, they come in and actually get these suits from us. So let us embrace using our Ugandan service providers, because we actually give top-notch services that even the people that you go and they even charge you exorbitant prices do not actually make. Then also, I told you that first I was telling you about the wedding occasion. Now, what happens if at all it's like a kwanjula, and then you want to decide on what to put on? First of all, the kwanjula, we look at what is the region that you're going to. You understand? If you're going to, in the central part of Uganda, then we know that kanzu, we can put on your kanzu, you put on a blending coat and maybe pants. Then also, if you're now going to the western part of Uganda, of course you may not wish to really be traditional and dress as the Banyankoles do, but then you can actually put on a suit, a formal suit, because even suit is a suit is also traditional in its nature and element. It comes from old England. So that is about Akwanjula. So it has been an honor, it has been a privilege talking to you. Please come, we style you up for your wedding day at AK Fashion House, 0771 82 33 24. I'm so glad to be here.